Welcome, welcome, welcome to the MYBC Consulting Facebook page. Those of you that are tuning in live, it's time for another edition of the Where in the World Is ... a W5 story session. It's where I bring people that I've recently met, long-term connections, and people in between, and I ask them the all-important questions of who, what, where, when, and why. So without further ado, I have on screen the lovely lady. What is your name?
Hi, I'm Karen Zukas.
And who is the lovely gentleman that I have on the screen?
Dave Quinn.
I see. Beautiful. Thank you so much for dressing for the part today. You guys look like the power couple that I promoted you to be. So, Karen, what are five who hats that you wear in this life?
Interesting question. So I play multiple different roles. One of the roles it takes a lot of my time and passion and interest is executive director of the Fort Langley Jazz and Arts Festival.
Okay.
A second hat I wear is the director of communications and marketing for SelfDesign Learning Foundation. Another hat I wear is of wife, mother to our adult daughter, and member of the Fort Langley community.
Beautiful. And Dave Quinn, what are five who hats you wear in this world?
Five? I don't know if I got five. I'm the artistic director for the Fort Langley Jazz and Arts Festival. And I am the entertainment director for my company, Rasma Jazz Entertainment Productions. And I'm a professional musician, playing saxophone and clarinet. So those are three separate things altogether. And I get involved in the community wherever I can. My number one, I serve the Queen, and that Queen being my lovely wife Karen, and the Princess Sarah as well.
Oh, beautiful! I love your kingdom.
Is it? I think that's five.
That's definitely five. So Karen, as the executive director for the Fort Langley Jazz and Arts Festival, the executive director, what is one thing you do in that role?
Oh my gosh, there isn't one.
Oh.
To be honest, there's a multitude of things, but overall my responsibility is to oversee the festival.
Okay.
And the direction that we're going, the strategic direction, the day-to-day running of the festival, the planning, the financial oversight, making sure that everything goes and runs smoothly according to our plans.
And as a wife, what are some things you love to do with Dave?
Oh, well, you know, interesting. The first thing that Dave and I talk about in the morning as we're sitting, sipping on our coffee and listening to the news is the Jazz Festival.
Oh.
The last thing that we talk about at night before going to bed is the Jazz Festival. We talk a lot about the Jazz Festival. When we're out for dinner, we talk about the Jazz Festival. When we're with our friends, we talk about the Jazz Festival. Jazz Festival is a big part of our life. And it's because it's a passion for us. It's what we love to do. And that's why we are so focused on it and talk about it a lot. But aside from the festival, the other things that Dave and I love to do together is cook. We love to cook together. Dave has recently, in the last year or two, really taken a strong interest in cooking, and some of the dishes he makes are just amazing, outstanding.
There's a lot of failures to it. There's failures with that.
No, but more successes than failures. So we love to go out for dinner. We love to cook together. We like to host events, you know, with our friends that involve music, of course, and wine and food. And we love to travel as well together.
So Dave, as the director, I'm going to say owner of Razzmatazz?
Razzmatazz. Like Raz and then your ma and then jazz, Razzmatazz.
Razzmatazz. So what is one thing you do in that role?
In that role, my number one thing is booking, you know, booking the band and, you know, doing quotes for that come in, you know, through email, through the various clients that I've had over the many years we've been doing this for. And so it's a business in itself, because you know, you're constantly promoting yourself and trying to come up with something new, I've got a variety of different groups that I play with, and and each band is different. One is a New Orleans jazz type style band, and I think I'm going on and on there. So yeah, but that's one thing, is managing the booking of that.
So as a dad to Sarah, what are some of the things you like to do with Sarah? And if both of you would like to make the announcement quite publicly on what's happening very soon for both of you.
Well, yeah, that's Sarah's. It's an exciting time with Sarah right now, and I just love being with her all the time. But she doesn't necessarily want to be with me all the time. But I would hang with her all the time. I just love her so much. But it's we. So anytime with her is great, and we like to do things together now and again. We're so busy in our lives that we don't get a chance to just the one-on-one. But we're going to lunch tomorrow, which is kind of cool. Or is it Friday? I can't remember. But we get take our moments and have fun with it. And what was the other question?
Well, Karen, would you like to say your new role that's going to be happening in May?
Yes. So Sarah is our daughter, who's 26, who was married last year. And shortly afterwards getting married, we were together when she announced to us that they are pregnant. Yay. So end of May, we will be grandparents. When the little one arrives, and it is a girl, because they've revealed that, did a gender reveal a couple of weeks ago. So we're very excited to be welcoming a new granddaughter at the end of May.
And what is her name, Karen?
Oh, we can't share that yet.
Nope. That's, yeah. No share. No share.
No, no sharing. No.
I really want to.
I know, but you can't. But Sarah is following in her father's footsteps, in that she obtained a degree. She earned a degree in music, music performance. She was in classical voice, and she's now a K-3 music teacher at a private school. So we're very proud of her and very happy for her and her husband on the arrival of their new baby.
So Karen, where do you live? You and Dave live. And where does the Jazz Festival happen?
So we live in Fort Langley, and the Jazz Festival happens in Fort Langley. No coincidence there. It started in 2018 after a conversation with one of our friends and community leaders, Andy Schildhorn, over a glass of wine. That's where often good ideas, happen.
Absolutely.
And we were talking about, wouldn't it be great to have a music festival in Fort Langley? And he said, well, as a matter of fact, the Fort Langley Community Association just did a survey, and it indicated that members of the community would like to see more live music and arts events in the village. And that was the inspiration and beginning of the festival.
So Dave, where do you like to play the group that you manage and that you like to book? So if anybody's watching this, where as far as you will take your music on the road?
Well, we see I guess I have a regular gig at Mangia Scappa every Sunday night. I've been playing there for 7 years, doing duos and trios, and I feature various jazz artists from Vancouver, and we have a lot of fun with it. And it's a great restaurant, Mangia Scappa, great Italian food. Julia is the owner, and we're friends, and it's been great. And before the pandemic, I had a regular gig at the Revel Room for 5 years, which is in Gastown. This is a real happening joint. So every Friday night, and it's a very busy place. And but I haven't really got a regular gig at another room yet. But I'm working on. I've got a couple of proposals out there, mostly municipalities stuff, festivals, and the New Orleans Jazz Band is a 6-piece band called Rasmus Jazz Ensemble, and we play festivals and grand openings and special events, trade shows, and it's starting to get busy. We got about 4 or 5 gigs this year.
Perfect. We'll make sure afterwards that we put our links for everything that we've been mentioning during this.
Cool.
So Karen, I'd love to ask you, you shared with me the when of the Fort Langley Jazz and Arts Festival. So what's your personal why in life?
My personal why in life? My personal why I do what I do, or why?
Why do you do what you do?
There's a couple of things that come to mind. One is we're and myself are really big on community. We're all about community, being part of the community, supporting the community, being a community builder, being active in the community. That's what drives me. That's what I have a lot of passion for. And that's why I do a lot what I do. Even my day job, which is with SelfDesign Learning Foundation, which is a K-12 online school where I'm the Director of Communications and Marketing. It's all about community, that organization. So I would say my key why is community.
Okay, like that. So Dave, what's your why in life?
My why in life.
Yep.
So why I do what I do? Okay.
Yeah, like why music? Why do you do what you do?
You know, I started playing clarinet when I was in grade 4 elementary school. And from that day forward, it was fun, just fun to do. I love putting my clarinet together and making tones on it. And then when I learned that, and then I moved up to the saxophone in grade 8, and I loved playing both instruments. And that was really cool because I played 2 instruments. I played in the big band, and I played clarinet still in the concert band. And then I got really turned on to jazz at a very young age. And so I just kind of, I've always wanted to play, you know, and so anything that I've done, I've always had in the background that I wanted to do it for a living one day. But then when you get into the real world and find out how difficult it is. I went to university, studied music for a couple of years, and I didn't go all the way to get my Bachelor of Music Education, but I got really rich by playing, you know, and going to Toronto and getting involved with the jazz scene there, and then coming back to Vancouver and, you know, wanting to do a jazz festival when I got back to Vancouver, and then here we are.
There you go. Sounds like your why is music. Music through and through to the heart. Well, speaking of the heart, thank you so much, both of this power couple of Fort Langley for the Fort Langley Jazz and Arts Festival and so much more in community for joining me today for the very first duo that I've had on the Where in the World Is. I wish you all a happy Valentine's Day tomorrow. Get out into community. And I encourage you, when you go out, ask somebody the W5 questions. Who are you? What do you do? Where do you do it? When did you decide? And why? It's the foundation on how community is built. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in live or watching this on the replay. We'll make sure that we put the information for Dave, if you want to book Dave's, his trio, for the Fort Langley Jazz and Arts Festival, as well, Karen, for the school that you are the communications. So in case somebody wants to get in touch with you about that K-12 school. So thank you, everybody, today. Remember, it's about the love of community. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Janet.